You should probably mute it so we don't get fucking sued or
Yeah. I can tell this is one of the first few UFC events because everyone has a mustache.
That's the determining factor for
Yes.
age.
Yes.
I need water. You need a beverage?
I'm gonna get a ginger ale. Actually, you're gonna get me a ginger ale, right?
Ah, fag. Yeah, because you're doing all this shit. Yes, I suppose. Although I did get the child, the baby, a fucking figure.
Yeah.
Alright, so here we are. This is, what is today? Saturday the 14th? May 14th, 2022?
It's either the 14th or the 15th.
No, it's the 14th because yesterday would have been Tawana's birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, you have a very poignant reason for knowing that. So, I'm going to defer to your authority.
Her being my mother-in-law?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, she would have been 75, dude. It's weird.
Fuck, that was a long time ago. Oh, so I was 13? 14?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, she died when she was 61. I think 61. Alright, so let's get off a fucking morose subject and onto something a little bit more entertaining. This is round 2 or session 2 of Narcissism Chronicle, whatever this is, not podcast, just conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can we let's just blame all these on Courtney because she said this might be a good idea. Your Aunt Courtney?
Oh, yeah. Everything's completely her fault.
Right on.
I'm just involved in it peripherally,
Yeah.
of course.
Love you, Courtney, but we're blaming all this on you. All right, well, so we have notes. Sort of. We have these.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Hold
a
on.
checklist.
Right. And what are we watching? UFC 9?
This is UFC IX, yeah.
Yeah, putting that Latin AP honors award to good use, aren't you?
Yeah, actually, I am a master of various numeration systems: Mayan, Babylonian, Roman,
Oh, that's right.
Hindu, Arabic. I'm not even kidding.
I know,
actually
that's
helped
right.
a guy at the University of Pennsylvania with this just a few weeks ago. But IX.
Right. Okay, so now that we've established that, let's see. What did we do last time? The first one was working for a Nazi and other jobs I was fired from.
Yeah.
So this
did
one,
you indicate that we did the... Oh, you crossed them out. No.
did I?
No, you crossed out
No.
66 Lincoln and Sacramento.
Nah, those don't really apply. What did I? Hand me that pen. Your thing's already done.
Okay.
I should probably use a Sharpie instead, but we'll do alcohol related stuff. How's that?
Okay.
All right, so.
You have enough stories about that for it to be an entire category?
Oh yeah, that's. I've got enough per liquor, I think. You know, you want to do like Jose Cuervo related things, Jack Daniels, Coors Light.
Those are the subcategories.
Yeah. In the case of my freaking, right before my graduation from high school, let's see. Whiskey, food and liquor, beer, and Bacardi Breezers. That's a category all itself. You know that story though, right?
Yeah.
I got arrested.
That one was in the book formerly known as K through 12.
Right, now known as we don't say that word anymore, do we? That's the that name, that word, that title has been tabooed.
Okay.
Is it tabooed or taboo?
I didn't think it was a bad title.
Oh, thank you. That's good. The volume 1 really sold it, but but what we're gonna go with now is alcohol related activities, and we'll change the names of everybody else except me and of course you. This is Michael, and this is
Miles.
coming to you from North Georgia. We already said the date, and rewind if you want to hear that. If not, well, who gives a shit? You know, this is session 2, and we're going to call this one Alcohol-Related Incidents.
Am I involved in any of these?
No, I pretty much stopped being a complete fuck-up when I met your mom.
Okay, good.
Well,
If you said, no, you're not involved in any of them, I was going to say, okay, good. And if you had instead said, you are, I would have said, oh, great.
was that necessary to make that? No, I mean, I appreciate your narcissism, but...
The meta commentary, the narcissistic meta commentary. I'll let you be the narcissist. No.
Thank you. Yeah. You're welcome for the fucking ginger ale, by the way.
I actually bought this batch.
This is my house, my refrigerator.
That's true.
Okay, what do we start with? Some of these are like short and sharp and really kind of stupid. And as always, I don't come off very well. You know?
Okay.
Should we start with... Oh, I got to change that name. Yeah, let's just... let's go with... What? Susan?
Okay.
Sound like a good name? This is Susan's 21st birthday. This is when I was living in Stockton.
Okay.
Uh,
Did we also change the number?
Probably should have done that too, huh?
So 21st is the real number. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm introducing too many distractions. Let's
A little bit, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. You're supposed to be fucking ADD over there with the damn UFC fight going on, you know?
I've been looking at the pictures of these guys in the fights and thinking, I don't know if someone's face tells you something about their fighting ability, but you just don't see guys in today's UFC with faces like that. I mean, Dan Severn, Ken Shamrock, yeah, but a lot of these people earlier in the card, they look like they have no business fighting.
Well, they had no business fighting.
Yeah.
And that's why they did not continue on very long. Yeah.
I was wondering if one of those guys was Ryan Hall's brother, though, actually. He looked like he could be Ryan Hall's brother.
There you go.
His last name was Hall.
Caucasian male.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have been. Mhm. All right, so where were we?
I don't even know. Someone's 21st birthday.
Susan's, right. It was down at this place. Some people call it an American Legion Hall. And we've established that I was not a very good boyfriend pretty much ever, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Susan was no exception. Yeah. Just, I don't know. I didn't have any business being in a relationship pretty much ever. Pretty much until I met your mom. Because even when I was in it, I was never really in it, you know? It was just, I didn't really give a shit. And cared about people, but was more concerned with myself. And drinking a lot. And her 21st birthday was there. And I showed up hella freaking late, drunk off my ass. She was pissed. Susan was pissed. And, you know, to be totally clear, she's beautiful, she's funny, hot, you know, sexy, all that kind of stuff.
I feel like this is a redundant string of...
No, she was, no, because you can be, you know, good looking and not be, you know, sexy.
Yeah, that's true. If you
Yeah.
were going for subtle distinctions there.
And she was sweet, and then feisty when she needed to be. But I just wasn't a very good boyfriend. I wasn't in a good place. And this is not a freaking guilt trip thing. This just is what it is. And I showed up hammered. And I showed up with my cousin, with Toby and Jeremy and them. And I think Pops was already there. A lot of people were already there. And I'm really kind of fucking shit up now, naming all these other people. because
Nah, you're fine. Just keep going.
fuck you. You don't. This isn't your ass. Anyway, I showed up there, and a lot of people there that I knew, and just proceeded to get more and more hammered. Yelled and screamed. There was some fight in the parking lot, and I think Pops was involved in that.
Okay.
But came back in, and I got in a fight with Susan, and fucking tore ass out of there. Fucking hammered drunk, man. Me and Toby, and I was living on the north side of Stockton at the time, with my aunt and uncle, and Auntie Stevie, and Uncle James, and everybody was fucking living there at the time. And we get there, and that wasn't, I can't remember which street that was. It wasn't, I don't know if it was Bunker Hill or something like that. It was on the north side of Stockton. And get there, and there's some fucking idiot in the middle of the street. And he wouldn't move. I couldn't go around him because there's cars on both sides. He started talking loud. He was fucked up. I started talking loud back at him. And whatever. And he pulled up his shirt, that he was wearing. And he had a pistol right there. Smart thing to do would be to go, right? So I grabbed a weapon from my truck and went after him. And he bolted. I kid you not, dude. He fucking bolted, right?
What kind of weapon did you get out of your truck?
I was a fucking stick or something. I think it was a stick. It was a bust-on, probably.
Yeah, don't bring a bust-on to a gunfight.
It's irrelevant. I was going to fucking... He ran, didn't he?
Yeah, I guess he didn't want to use the gun.
Apparently. Or if it was a gun, I don't know. Because he was... But... Your mom's calling.
Does that stop the recording?
I don't know. Let's find...
And then attach the two later in editing.
Sounds like a lot of effort.
It would be hardly any effort, actually.
I think I found a way to do it anyway. Well, that was fun.
So, is this the same file?
Yeah,
or is it a new file?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same file.
So it was just paused and you were able to resume it?
No, it was stopped, and I had to go in and find a way.
But it says the total amount of time is...
Yeah, is what it was.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Was this playing the whole time we were gone?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's like hella long though, dude. That was I can't believe she wanted to fucking find the Bluetooth.
Oh.
Bless you. Anyway, okay. Where did we leave off? You've got to start keeping track of this. Where did we leave off?
I'm gonna start keeping track of it. I'm not gonna do that. Let me think. You pulled a bust-on on a guy who pulled a gun on you and he ran away.
He didn't pull a gun on me. He showed a gun.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, semantics going.
Not semantics. That's two different fucking things, dipshit. That is two different things. Doing this, Look, pay attention.
Okay, I get it. It's two different things. I don't want to argue
different
about
than
it.
that.
It's two different things. I agree.
I know, because I'm right.
I agree. Let's please move on.
Anyway, a normal person would have just got back in his blue Chevy S10 and gone home. I did not. I chased and yelled and screamed and all that. And, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure I want to continue with this vein.
You've decided that the story is not a good one to
Well,
tell.
it's just... I mean, warts and all, right?
Yeah, you should keep going.
Shut up, dude. No, I'm being serious now. Because a
What, are you
lot
not thinking about this?
a lot of these people are still alive.
You not think about this before you started?
There's one element of it that makes me sound really, really bad.
Okay.
I don't know. I gotta pause for a second. I think I've decided to just continue on. And we left off with me ranting like a drunken idiot in the middle of North Stockton.
Yeah.
Right. And after some crisis of what I can only explain as, I guess, conscience, if I even have one of those. As I was ranting and raving, Pops rolled up, yelling and screaming at me. He's drunk too, but... And he starts talking shit, trying to, tell me what a fucking idiot I was being, and he was right. But I didn't want to listen. So we started talking shit to each other, and we fucking tussled a little bit, and it was pretty rough. I don't really want to talk more about that, but what came after was actually more interesting, because we're staying with Auntie Stevie, Auntie Stephanie, and Uncle James at their house. They were none too happy about that, but it is what it is. None of our family is like, oh my God, a pearl clutching, never do anything wrong people. However, the cops got called because we got a little bit loud. And by then,
oh my God, look at these rank car girls.
I know, right? So much better than today.
They're way better than today. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay, back on topic. Where the fuck were we?
This 6'8" guy with a unibrow is about to shoot on this baby-faced white guy wearing pajama pants.
That's not where we left off. He tried for a guillotine, didn't he?
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
Anyway, cops got called, but Pops and I had already, squashed everything by then. We were having a beer because more alcohol made sense, And I had almost decided just to go. I didn't want to listen to anything. I was just going to go crash out in my truck, And I had parked across the street, and I don't normally park there, but there wasn't any room to park in front of the house. And so this is fucking late. This is like midnight, 1 o'clock at this point. We crash out. Well, it turns out the little fucker that ran off, that was talking loud back to me, who was talking loud too. Apparently, he was a somebody, or a wannabe somebody. And so he didn't know where I lived, but he remembered my truck and came back and shot it up. Fucking just everything, man. Back glass, the truck bed, fucking windshield, everything. They just lit that fucking thing up. And that morning, Auntie Stevie kicked me out.
You're attracting filth to our dwelling.
She had 2 little kids, dude. Keke and Mao were like 7 and 9 or something like that. 5 and 7. They were young. Yeah, she doesn't need fucking drive-bys.
Were you able to hear it?
Of course, it was fucking gunshots right across the street. You think you'd hear gunshots at Carol's house?
Yeah, I do. I was just wondering, were you sleeping or...
Yeah. I almost slept in the truck that night. That's probably a good thing I didn't.
So I'm guessing you all heard it, you were all in the same room, and then you all went out and found that your car had been shot.
We were all asleep, and the gunshots woke us up. We went out and saw that was the only thing that had been hit.
Yeah.
I drove down to Tracy the next day. Asked Mike for some charity for some replace the glass, and he kind of looked at that and he's all, what the hell happened? I said, somebody shot up my truck. And I've got, cuts and scrapes all over. My left eye looks like it's been punctured, it's all fucked up. I think it was probably one of the few times he was actually worried. It was not a very good story, was it?
There was an ellipsis of battle.
That doesn't make any sense. What the hell do you mean?
There was a fight in the middle of that story that was left
I
out.
don't really want to talk about that. Funnier ones?
Yeah, sure. I've already said multiple retarded things in this recording that make me sound as if I completely lack common sense because I was trying to avoid saying anything offensive. But
Yeah, you need to work on that. Fucking racist. Or are you sexist? I don't remember which one.
I don't know what. I know that you heard the gunshots, and I know that pulling a gun is not the same thing as picking up your shirt and showing someone that you have a gun. So I'm kind of embarrassed that I mixed up something that's stupid, but we can continue anyways.
Oh, that's cool. These will be short. These will be slightly funnier, I think.
That one was not funny at all.
Okay, these will be funny. These will definitely be funnier by comparison then.
Yeah,
all right.
Nowhere to go but up.
All right, I was working for this guy. Let's call him Irving. And he had a company called Irving Interiors. These are not real names. Anyway.
It sounds good, though.
Yeah, it does sound good, yeah. Irving's Interiors. It was a friend of Mike's, I think, or a business partner, or somebody. I don't know. Or it was a friend of a friend. Fuck, who's a shit? All right? He might have been a friend of George of FM, but anyway, in one of my many jobs, I started working for Irving's Interiors, II. And he did a lot of different shit, mostly construction, but when I met him, he was doing stuff like, those stores like Staples and CVS or whatever, mostly like Staples or big box stores.
Okay.
Best Buy, what have you. We'd come in the middle of the night and move all their racks to change their layout, whatever, Wasn't very difficult work, and my God, these guys like to party. Him and this guy that fucking worked with him, Paul was his name. It was fucking weird because they would drink so much. And we would work like hella long hours, 8-10 hours was nothing. It was usually like 12, 14-hour days. And sometimes we'd be hanging sheetrock and what have you, but we'd go all over the Central Valley, and sometimes we'd go into L.A., and Paul always wanted to go to the bar, always wanted to get drunk, all this kind of shit. And every fucking bar we went to, he'd say, "Hey, you want to, hey, let's drink tequila." I was like, "Oh, okay," And one night there was nothing in the bar that I would remotely call even girlfriend material or, Miss Right or Miss Right Now material.
Okay.
Not that I'm any prize, but seriously, they had been at that bar too long.
Gotta draw the line somewhere.
Gotta draw something, yeah. Anyway, all my chauvinism aside for the moment, he goes, "Hey, and this is Paul's words, not mine. So, hey, you want to fuck those skanks at the end of the bar? Or you want to get in a fight? And I said, I don't want to fuck the skanks. And he goes,
therefore, by disjunctive syllogism, I want to fight.
And so I found the only guy, or not the only guy, one of the many guys in this Fresno bar that had a cowboy hat on. And I went up just behind him and grabbed his fucking cowboy hat. I proceeded to beat the shit out of him while Paul was doing the same. We got kicked out. Apparently, the guy that owned that bar owned a lot of bars in Fresno or knew a lot of people or anything like that because Paul had been going there for years. Apparently, he was either from there or worked around there and apologized. They were like, yeah, you can come back, but tell that other fucking guy, that short guy, fuck him. He can't come. He comes back, we're calling the cops. And I was like, oh, fuck, whatever. Dude, this is like 1996, all right? I drive down, this is, whatchamacallit? This is a few years ago when I went, after I got, when I had my cancer surgery.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3-4 years ago now, 3 years ago. I'm driving down to San Diego to see, Ian and the girls and Lisa and them, right? And I stop by that Staples, all right? This is like fucking 20 years or more later, right? I go in there. Same fucking guy in there said, you were the fucking guy that started a fight in here a long time ago. I said, no fucking way. I kid you not. That fucking happened. And I said, shit. I went into another bar and apparently he had called. So yeah, there's some fucking. I kind of look the same. That was a long ass time ago. So I don't even stop in Fresno anymore if I have to go that way. And of all the shit that I did in Stockton, don't nobody fucking remember shit. I'm sure there's probably some houses I probably can't go to, but
maybe they have a higher turnover rate in Stockton than in Fresno.
The guy I got in a fight with apparently was well liked.
That could have something to do with it.
Yeah, and Paul told me that my picture was up on their fucking do not serve list or whatever for fucking ever. Because I was like, okay, well, fuck it. And I don't. He might have just been fucking with me, or something. But that was.
I feel like he actually remembered you.
That was fucking bizarre, dude. That was just so bizarre.
It could just be that in Stockton, so much stuff like that happens that it doesn't stand out as much. But in Fresno,
not exactly Mayberry, dude.
I'm just trying to come up with some explanation for it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm willing to chalk it up to where he was just fucking with me or something like that. Because it wasn't until he served me.
I think he remembered you.
He might have. Fuck it. I just won't go there anymore. To me, it's like Logan County, And there's a nice little segue into our next session.
Logan County.
Logan County, yeah. That's where I got arrested twice there. And it's Guthrie is in Logan County, just north of Edmond in Oklahoma.
Okay.
You got your spatial representation going on? You have no idea, do you?
Geography is not my thing.
It's not anything to you. Seriously. Oklahoma City, go north.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Ma and Pa's old house, go north about a little bit over an hour and a half.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm there partying with, this is when I first got to Oklahoma. This is in 99. And I'm partying with JoJo and a few other degenerate people. And that was the night that I tried to fight the bar.
Am I understanding you correctly that you tried to fight something inanimate?
No, the fucking patrons in the bar, the entire fucking bar. I angered somebody. There was a fight outside. We were fucking hammered. JoJo and I and a few other people. And there was this... There was these two old boys outside, and one was hurting the other. It was a fight, but one was hurting the other one, and you could tell it was like, dude, you're stomping on his head. And I went up and I fucking kicked him, and I was like, dude, he's had enough, man. And the one guy kind of looked at me that was getting his head kicked in, and just kind of crawled off, and the other guy ran off, but he didn't run off like in a straight line away from me. He ran around.
Okay.
And I was like, man, this fucking place is weird. Some guy kept following me around wanting to hustle me for pool. And it was just like, and you could tell you're trying to be hustled. Someone's trying to hustle you, because he was like, oh man, he's buttering you up and all that. It's like, ah, you're good, man. Hey, you want to play for, just $20? After losing like 2-3 games in a row for fun. I'm like, no, dude. And he kept going. And I told JoJo she was having a good time. She knew the house band, so she was, busy flirting with him and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, fuck him, fuck this place. I said, go to the bar. I said, give me a phone. I want to call a cab. I didn't know how to get back to JoJo's place, but I was gonna fucking try. But I'm hammered at this point, dude. The guy wouldn't give me pause for Ring Girl. Just
so much better. They look
like women.
Less plastic. There's more variety.
Right.
There's just something
not spray tanning about them.
Yeah.
They all look spray tanned and glittered and everything now. Yeah.
Je ne sais quoi.
I think the spray tan and glitter and plastic pretty much covers it.
Yeah. Okay, so not much of an X factor. We solved for X.
Okay.
They just look better.
Yeah. All right. So I asked for a phone. Bartender thinks I'm hammered because I am obviously hammered drunk. Wouldn't give me the phone. So my next reasonable action is to what? Jump over the bar.
Okay.
I get and I'm in a lot better shape than I am in now. So I'm on the bar, and then I get pulled back by several fucking people who just begin to wail on me, choke the shit out of me. And the next thing I know, Logan County's finest is out there, and they're hauling me and JoJo and a few other people, because everybody's in the mix, into the drunk tank at Logan County Jail. Now, Logan County Jail, it's a beautiful place. It's right underneath the courthouse, or at least it used to be. All right?
Okay.
Now, I don't know. The rumor was it was like some old battleship that they kind of put there and then built around it. But no sneeze. Pause for sneeze. Get it out. Come on. All right, that was,
God, that was hard.
Yeah, it was manly. It was good. Totally alpha.
Keep talking.
All right. So we get locked up in there, and I called random bail bonds, and JoJo was so fucking cool, dude. She bailed my ass out, and the rest of us. But while I'm in there, this place is overcrowded. There's like 40 people per toilet. Everybody's kind of, lumped into 4-man cells, but there's like, six people into a 4-man cell or 4-man, block. And JoJo's cousin and Red, her on again, off again boyfriend, was in there for some serious shit awaiting trial. And I had met them previously, or they knew me or whatever, and they kind of held sway there. So I went in there with friends I didn't know I had, and so I got a bunk and a fucking mat to put on that concrete deal. you know, and cool. And then I got the fuck out of there. And I got told, and Mike, make sure, you know, you come and, if you can, man, if you can, you know, bring some rolling papers and some tobacco, some top, and just leave it for the trustee out front on the steps when he's out there. They'll be cool. All right, bro. Yeah, no problem. And for some reason, I fucking did it. Okay? For some reason, I fucking did it. Because not a week later, I get arrested coming back from fucking Crescent for a bunch of trumped up charges. It was total bullshit. I had been messing around with this girl who was a ex-wife of a sheriff's deputy. And they had followed us and said that they found paraphernalia in the car. It's like, dude, I work at a glass shop. There's going to be glass in my hands. There's glass everywhere, you know? Because I just started working at AAA Edmund Glass. Probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway, I don't think it actually exists anymore, so fuck it. The big blue hippo in Edmund. Anyway. On the police report, because I saw it, it had, you know, disorderly conduct, driving on a suspended, no license, no registration, no insurance. All of that was true. All of that shit was true, including my fucking car with Colorado tags that were like 3 years out of date in Oklahoma. You know, so I was like, oh, fuck, okay. But then they found...
Colorado?
Yeah, I don't know. The car was... Somebody had driven down from Colorado and sold it to a used car, and I bought it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was my $500 car that I was making payments on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another story. That's the Ford Thunderbird story, dude. But anyway, what was it? They said they found paraphernalia. You know, all the other shit, that no license, disorderly conduct, no insurance, no registration. Yeah, all true. All I had was, you know, a receipt that I didn't even have the title to the car. You know? So they impound the fucking car, and I'm like, I don't even own this fucking thing, okay? But, and I am able to get it out with just showing, hey, this is this. And I had a license. It wasn't valid or anything, but they didn't know that, you know, because I had several licenses. So I was able to get it out. But on the police report, what's important to remember is that they had on there paraphernalia and crack cocaine. It's like, crack? Really? I mean, the guy obviously watched too much fucking TV, so there was no crack in there. And there was no drugs. And besides, we were tweakers, you know? We weren't rock stars, so we didn't have any tweak. So, and then I see the police report again, because it's amended and they're going back and forth because I get an attorney. This fucking report has lined out, it has crossed out crack cocaine, and then marijuana is put there.
Okay.
That's crossed out again. I kid you not. I wish I had a camera phone to take a picture of it back then, but I didn't even have a cell phone. This is 99. But crack cocaine crossed out, marijuana crossed out, and then
licorice.
Then what was actually the charge was possession of controlled dangerous substance, CDS, of unknown origin. And this was right around the time that the forensic, the chief forensic officer or whatever, Gilchrist was her name, in Oklahoma, was just fucking up shit left and right. She ended up getting busted for it. So, and I don't even know, I couldn't find out if my case went, you know, through her, but it might have. And it's like, dude, how do you mistake crack cocaine for marijuana for something that you don't know? And then saying, well, this is controlled dangerous substance, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah. unknown origin,
Yeah.
unknown substance. Once you've crossed out crack and written marijuana, your credibility has already gone to zero. When you then cross out marijuana and write, I'm not sure, but it was something, your credibility has gone into the negative.
I don't know, but I wasn't used to court like this. I was used to California, Cocoa County, San Joaquin County. I was used to that court where it's very big, it's impersonal. You walk through, it's metal detectors, there's lots of guards. Here
This is like my cousin Vinny.
Yeah, it was totally like that, dude. The judge walks in, the same entrance you walk in. They bring the people that couldn't make bail for whatever reason. They bring them in shackled in their their jumpsuits, and through the same entrance and exit that the judge walks in. I saw the judge walk out after. I was like, holy shit! I'm in the elevator with my lawyer. Robert Johnson Jr. Okay?
No relation to the guitarist.
No. Anyway, this guy's name is Robert Johnson Jr. We're going with that name anyway.
Okay.
All right, and the ADA is in the same elevator and talking to Bobby. Because that's how they know each other, right? Then she turns to me and starts talking to me. Look, I can tell that you pissed off somebody. You don't look like you're from around here. And if we go to trial, I'll get 10 years. I'll probably get 15. So take this deal. And I'm like, who the hell is this chick talking to? Because you don't talk to ADA outside. You don't talk to opposing counsel outside of courtroom or cross-examination or deposition. That's just bad form. But no, they didn't give a shit. Bobby looked at me and says, oh, I'll look it over, but it looks good. It's mostly, fines and probation and that kind of shit and time served. And I was like, oh, okay. So I think about it. I go home and I call my uncle. I call Uncle Steve. And I tell him all the particulars of the case. And he goes, first thing he asked me is, have you got a lawyer? And I said, yeah. And he tells me the particulars and I tell him where I'm at. And he goes, how good is your Spanish son? And I was like, not bad, but not great. And he says, you may have to go to Mexico. And I was like, that's your fucking advice?
Oh my God.
He's all, well, do you think you can win it? I said, well, the deal, I think the judge will go for it. The ADA seems confident. And he goes, you talked to the ADA? And I was like, yeah. He's like, fuck, in Oklahoma, right? And so I decided to take the deal. All right? Uncle told me, he's like, if you're not going to run, then try and get as low a sentence as you can, hopefully probation. And then don't even stop to piss in that entire county again. And I said, okay. And so I take the deal. My attorney's there, Robert Johnson Jr. He's a cool guy, Bobby. He's a cool guy. My judge is Robert Johnson Sr.
Oh, God.
I kid you not. I absolutely kid you not. Take the deal, boom, get the fuck out of there. I don't set foot in that county for 2 fucking years, 3 years, something like that, until my probation is up, whatever it was. And I come back. Bobby's not available to go to court because there was some kind of deal where you got to get off probation or expungement or fucking some shit, right? I knew I had to go to court one more time, so I'm nervous, all right? But I'd been good, or at least I'd been out of Logan County, and I was smart. I had gone back, and dropped off the tobacco and the rollers and the rolling papers to the fucking trustee who picked it up like it was fucking business as usual. Guard there and everything. Nobody gave a shit. Which was great because I was back in that jail, a week later for that bullshit charge I've been talking about. But I get there and he's not there and I was like, holy shit. So I'm in his law office going, oh shit. Well, Bobby's away, but he's made me, aware of your case and everything, and I can handle it. It's going to be just a rubber stamp. Maria Johnson is his partner. Want to guess how these people are related?
Their family.
Oh, fucking all of them. Blood, yeah. Blood and or marriage. Yeah. Robert Johnson Jr. is obviously the judge's son. And Maria Johnson married Robert Johnson Sr.
Right.
And had Bobby.
Robert Johnson Jr.
Had Robert Jr., yeah.
You'd stay out of that county forever unless you have a run-in with Robert Johnson III.
So yeah, I don't. When I go to Oklahoma now, you notice we never go to Logan County.
I never would have noticed that, but
Now you will.
now I'll notice. Yeah,
I mean, it's been 20 years. I'm sure it's all good. But...
Robert Johnson III is running things in Logan County now.
He might be. He might be. Who knows, man? Bobby was a cool guy. He got me out of there. But that was another one. We got a little bit more time. Let's end on a happy note. Want to end on a happy note?
Sure.
All right.
This is about the time you got drunk and saved a kitten from a burning tree or something?
Do I seem like that type of person?
No.
I mean, I would, but we can. About the times that I was accepted by the gays.
Okay.
Yeah, you wanted to hear that one, huh?
As one of them, right?
What?
You were accepted by the gays as one of them, right?
I don't know how you're trying to qualify this to make it something or whatever.
I'm trying to say that you're gay.
No, yeah, I know, but that's not what happened. What what happened is my good friend, who happened to be a lesbian, who was constantly... I don't know if she thought it was funny or whatever, but she would recommend things that were like wrong or something. I think she was just projecting because her own relationship was going to shit. But we hung out quite a bit, and she was like, "Hey, you wanna? You should try eHarmony." This is when eHarmony was like just starting, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm dating somebody right now. And she's like, oh, no, but just for fun. And I said, no, I really need to, this time. She's like, oh, well, you could just try it just to see what it's like. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm trying to find a job at a bar. She says, oh, I know a place that's hiring.
Oh, great.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Where? And I go there, and it's... It has a very unassuming name, like the Commons or, O'Malley's or Cheers place. It wasn't like, gay bar, which is exactly what it was. And I walked in there, and it was a nice bar, and it was like 2 p.m. And... it was a mixed crowd, and I didn't think anything of it. I'm not familiar with that area. I'd only been in Oklahoma a little while, didn't know much about the city. I went up to the bartender. I ordered a drink, ordered a beer. That should have been my first clue, because he was like, beer? Really? And I said, yeah, Coors Light if you have it. And he's all, okay. And he comes back. No bottle, no can, in a glass already poured. And I was like, well, fuck, this is nice. And it was a nice place, And I asked him, I said, well, the real reason I'm here is I heard you guys were hiring. I was looking for a job bartending. And he goes, who told you that? And I said, well, my friend, let's call her Lacey. And she's like, he goes, is she and describes it or whatever. He says, no, we're not. You tell Lacey, and just proceeds to go for about 5 minutes telling me what to tell her. And I'm all, oh, okay. And then I get the vibe around the place, because people are starting to couple up. And he goes, are you gay? And I said, no. And he goes, this is a gay bar, right? I said, well, I do now. And he's you want to run? And I said, I'll finish my fucking beer. And I said, I'm not scared, right? And you got to remember, this is 2002, right? So no one had a fucking smartphone.
Back when being gay was still illegal.
No. But the important thing is that no one had smartphones or anything like that. Almost nobody had cell phones.
Right.
People still had pagers or two-ways.
Okay.
Do you even know what those are?
I don't know what a two-way is, man.
Yeah, it's like a... it's like where you can just text back and forth and shit to somebody who has another two-way.
Huh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's just text, basically.
Without all the bells and whistles.
Right. Back when text cost hell of money.
Oh, fuck that.
Hell of money, dude. My first text package in 2005 was 50 texts.
God.
And I never went over it until I met the crew down in Norman until I went to OU. And then I went over that in the first day. And they're like, oh, let's go Cafe Plaid. Let's go to Barnes & Noble. Let's go to that. But anyway, I'm at this fucking bar, the Commonwealth, we'll call it. And just having a beer and strike up a conversation, with a few people. And, they're very friendly. And the bartender, who took a shine to me, is going... His lesbian friend set him up, sent him to a gay bar. He's straight. So people want to be my friend and everything like that for some reason. And then I get invited out in the patio, right? And so we're out there talking and everything like that. And there was these two gentlemen were having a heated discussion. And it's like, no, you're fucking wrong. No. And it was starting to get a little bit weird. And I go, what's he wrong about? Just curious. And it's like, no, he can't remember who the blonde was in Grease 2. Having 5 sisters, one in particular that loves that fucking movie, I know everything there is to know about Grease, all right?
Okay.
So I pipe up immediately, oh, Michelle Pfeiffer. Man, 8 heads turn to me and go, the guy. And I go, oh, Max Caulfield. And then they all look at me, and it was respect, They bought me a fucking round. They were like, how do you know that? You're straight. And I said, you can fucking watch musicals and not be gay. It's like, really? It just, playing on stereotypes, fucking with me, all that kind of shit. But had a good laugh about that. But I swear, every head just fucking turned on me and just said, the guy. Who the fuck do they don't care about the girl, And one guy ran off to go tell somebody and win a bet or some shit. And then came back, and that's when I got my free drink. And I got invited to an after party. I declined. And proceeded to call fucking Tracy, who did... Oh, fucked up her name, didn't I? Yeah. Proceeded to call Lacey. And she proceeded just to fucking laugh her ass off, at that event. But it was a good time.
Well, that was more uplifting than the first story. And we learned that you have a pretty solid knowledge of Grease.
Yeah, the only pink lady to reprise her role from Grease 1 to Grease 2 was Frenchie, also known as Didi Kong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the timing was not ideal, but I just wanted to point out that the white guy who is fighting this
Right.
massive Asian sumo wrestler.
Right.
You know, Ryan Hall's brother. I don't think he's actually Ryan Hall's brother.
He's probably not.
He is a practitioner of Mu Ya Do.
Muyado.
As in moo, the sound that cows make.
Right.
Yeah, like if you're texting someone and you leave the H off the end of that word. And do, as in like what Homer Simpson says, but without the H again. So, Mu Ya Do.
Muyado.
It's crazy. We don't see that many Mu Ya Do practitioners in today's UFC.
Well, that's because we have BJJ and Muay Thai, which are, you know, not Muyado.
Mu Ya Do is a lost art. I think I'm going to take it up
I
myself.
think you should. I think the world's ready. I think they're hungry for it. I think they've had enough, you know, close quarter combat. They've had enough Kyokushin and Eskrima and Muay Thai. They've had enough Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo. You know, it's ready for Muyado, and you could combine it, fusion rather, Muyado Kido.
And mix it with Aikido?
Yes,
That would be really deadly. Look at that rain card girl.
I think you would be able to get a girl like that if you became a master of Muyado Kido.
Oh God!
I think at least you'd be able to get the brunette.
They're both fantastic,
Yes,
but
they
I
are.
don't think that Mu Ya Do would help my situation at all.
Well, we're gonna find out here pretty soon. You know, if he takes down the sumo, who is moving very unlike any sumo I've ever seen, and you know I watch a lot of sumo.
I'm pretty sure this is just a fat Asian guy.
He's stalking him, man. Look at him.
He's twice the white guy's size.
All right.
He's not that fat.
No, and so far he is that aggressive.
Yeah, I think this white guy's in trouble. It's Mu Ya Do.
What?
John McCarthy stepped in. What happened?
There's something wrong with the sumo wrestler's face.
It looks like he's bleeding profusely from the mouth.
Yeah, I think there may be teeth involved. No, I'm good.
Why does the sumo wrestler always lose his teeth in the early UFC events? That's what happened in the very first UFC fight. Gerard Gordeau
Right.
kicked that sumo wrestler in the face, and his teeth went flying out of the cage and landed apparently around the commentator's table
Something like that.
or the judge's table or
Yeah.
something.
I think so. It was nose related.
I feel like it's not legit for them to stop the fight like this and then resume. Oh, okay, the Mu Ya Do guy won.
See, I'm telling you, Muyado Kido would be fantastic. The world is thirsty for it, dude.
We don't know how the chemistry of the two arts would play out.
I think you could make it work. I think you can make it work. We have gone way off topic now, haven't we?
Yeah,
These are not alcohol related activities at all.
Some guys shot up your car.
Right. Guy
You
or
were involved in a legal situation, and the Johnsons, all three of them,
Saved my ass
saved your ass.
for a lot of money.
You were accepted by the gays because, for some reason, you
Right.
know a lot about Greece.
Well, it's because you got to go back to school again.
I don't know that I've ever actually sat down and watched Grease. Or Grease 2, for that matter.
Greece is actually really good. And Greece 2 is not Greece.
The second movie in any franchise,
Usually not so much.
usually not very good.
No.
I should have just said the second movie in a franchise is not usually very good, because if I add the word any, yeah, I won't get into it, but...
Well, they didn't make a Grease 3, at least as far as I know.
This Mu Ya Do guy looks so satisfied with himself.
Well, he was victorious. How could you not be?
He has a fat Asian guy's face blood on his trapezius muscle.
Right. And he won. So there's that.
And he knows that his younger brother Ryan Hall is watching on TV.
Okay. So, in summation, we've established that A, we're blaming this on my sister, Auntie Courtney. Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. It's probably not a smart thing to do. Sorry, Court. Love you. And, I mean, there's a lot more alcohol-related incidents, but we're already at a fucking hour, so...
Yeah. Those other incidents also fall under other categories.
Some of them do, yeah. We'll talk about those with law enforcement. The topic we're going to talk about, like either law enforcement involvement more than like this one, and
there's some things in the intersection,
right, and then there, and you know the upcoming one we're going to talk about stuff I can't explain, either supernatural, call it what you will, but things I just can't explain. Want to do that for the next one?
Sure.
The stuff I can't explain? All right.
I resisted making a joke about the pigeonhole principle when you said that 6 people were crammed into each cell that was supposed to accommodate only 4 people.
Yeah.
I was going to say, by the pigeonhole principle, that's impossible. But it was a bad joke, so I didn't make it.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense.
I just thought I would mention it.
Because a cell isn't just enough cubic feet for X amount of people to be in,
No.
completely with no room at all, and then you'd have to have people at a, certain size.
No.
Yeah, so that doesn't work.
What it actually might establish is that you didn't have very much space to move around.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Because it was designed for 4 people.
There weren't enough beds, and I was just thankful to get one. And
There you go.
And glad I gave the tobacco and rolling papers that I promised, because when I came back in that last time, they remembered. The inmates that were still there, they remembered that. And made friends. So, which, let's face it, the only time I've ever been in any kind of incarceration, it's been county, thank God. But I tell you what, that's enough. Because I think Waylon Jennings said that, there ain't no good chain gang. There's no good jail, anything.
They've got the wrong kind of bars in there.
Yeah. He was right about that. Well, I lost track. Did we resolve anything?
Absolutely not.
Outstanding. All right, so this is signing off for round 2 of Narcissism Chronicle Life Story Conversation, not podcast, whatever, with my son. I'm Michael, and my assistant was Miles.
Yep.
And I guess we're done. All right, say goodnight, Miles.
Good night, my sweet prince. Please just end the thing.